Okay, we're back to another stream of Lies of P, New Game Plus. Hello, hello, hello. Last time we started out in the city of Krat again. Got through the City Hall, got through Vanini Workshop, and now we're heading through behind Vanini Workshop, probably heading to the Cathedral of some kind. Who knows? I've never played this game before. Totally, never. No. Anyway, let's get right to it now, shall we? Actually, before we go, let me get my gold coin fruit. There we are. Gonna go into Vanini Works. Also, sorry, excuse me. I mentioned yesterday that I'm gonna be actually continuing streams on weekend because, you know, I've been trying to get back into the partnership program with YouTube the last few years now, and I find that best to try not to miss any days streaming as to not lose hours and stuff from last year. And since this was around the time, what's it called? Since this was around the time when Shadow the Erdtree dropped, probably best for me to actually play on the weekends as well. Keep that up, so. For the time being, I'll probably decide later on or not whether or not I'll keep doing weekend streams, but for like I said, for the time being now, we'll be streaming on weekends as well. With the occasional Friday being when we're not streaming due to possible D&D. Alright. Wrench, specifically. Excuse me. I just feel like this has a million posture.
These bodies. Could they be from Moonlight Town? Oh, did my kids do this?
Alright, thanks, Deku. Always appreciate it. Ow, 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 ow. Stop that. Stop that. Now, you know what? That's what I think of that. Didn't use that. Transformation amulet +1. I fell. Moonlight Town Guide. Moonlight Town is the lowest place in the city where pilgrims prepare for their journeys. Since Saint Frangelico met the one-winged angel and founded the church, Moonlight Town has become known as the place where pilgrims are lifted to the cathedral by pulley and prepared for their pilgrimage. Andreas's reputation was at its peak when he was appointed as a priest. At the time, Krat was only a poor country town, but Andreas didn't mind and devoted himself to taking care of the people. There were even saying that Saint Frangelico himself had returned. Moonlight Town actively helped the priests' good deeds and always acted together as colleagues who delivered the word of God. The decision to accept the alchemist from outside and revive Krat was made in Moonlight Town. After all, it was the birthplace of the Krat we know today. Today we have cable railways instead of pulleys, and the city of the future instead of country villages. But our virtues remain unchanged, just like how the angel wrapped Saint Frangelico in his wings when he fell in the cold. People should help each other. The place lower than any other, Moonlight Town, is proof that virtue is still here. Make sure you get every item. Excuse me. Workshop using standard corrosion resistance converter. Hello.
Do you want to go up, child? I'm sorry, but the train isn't in service anymore. The cathedral isn't the sanctuary it once was. The people who went up there never returned. I still don't know what happened, but I do know this. The cathedral is off limits. Forever. If you're determined to pass, you must prove your identity. Who are you? Are you a stalker?
Alright. We already did the stalker reading last time, so we're just gonna do nothing here.
You've been warned, child. I am a sinner who could not save the ones I loved. If I let you go up there, that will only compound my sin. Even if it hurts, persevere, my child. Having only one leg and one arm should curb your curiosity.
Okay.
Child, only the worthy may pass.
I don't know, I think I'm pretty worthy.
The cursed angel's wing.
Perfect. It wasn't a very good day for me and my father. If everyone else is having a wonderful night. Terribly sorry to hear about that, Dean.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Pilgrim's Cable Railway. Now, those of you who joined us in Moonlight Town, we hope your preparations for the pilgrim's journey are well underway. Fascinating town, Moonlight, just fascinating. Back in the day, the only way to reach the cathedral was using a rope and pulley. So, thanks for building it on a cliff, St. Frangelico. I kid. Frangelica, wonderful saint, wonderful. Anyway, next stop, the Bridge of Atonement. While you atone there, don't miss a magnificent view of beautiful Krot. It's been my pleasure, friends, and enjoy the rest of your journey. I've been your captain on this ride, Gemini! Well, not bad, huh? Oh, I really am good at this. When in doubt, let Gemini be your guide. You look annoyed. What'd I do? I'm sure it's fine. Let's get a move on, pal. Oh, something's off. Do you see that over there? I recognize dead puppets. That's to be expected. What is that?
Good time there, Jiminy. And we swap to firearm. And we do another level up. They got zombies.
Oh, no idea what those things are, pal. Approach with caution.
finally just found the Lost Pilot backyardigans. This part there is awful. I mean, really not awful enough that it got itself a pilot, but from what I saw, it looked like it was going to be a mascot thing first, which, funny enough, how they went to animation instead. Okay, never mind. When Saint Frangelico falls and breathes his last breath, When Saint Frangelico falls and breathes his last breath, the angels of God will look after him.
What is happening? What's their problem? Wait, their bodies are strangely altered. I don't know what's going on, but keep those eyes of yours open.
I set you on fire. Woman's prayer. God, I pray with all my heart, please withdraw your wrath from Krot, just as you envelop Saint Frangelico with angel's wing. Please save us as well. If the judgment was unavoidable because of our corruption, please at least spare my child your wrath. This baby has done no wrong. Please let my Charlotte enter heaven. If there's anyone who finds this place, please pray for us and know that there was desperate sadness here. Okay, so this is Louise, the guy in the quarantine zone in Krot wrote about. His daughter is Charlotte, so getting anywhere. Pray, you who are exhausted and injured. And we do this. The Ergo is whispering. Alright, we're another level into our humanity.
Mercy, I beg you, don't kill me. I thought you were from the organization. Never mind. My name is Janjo. I'm an pharmacist. Yes, pharmacist. I'm looking for the legendary gold coin fruit. I was able to use medicine to slow the infection spread. I have the petrification disease, and I need a cure. Sorry, I ramble when I'm nervous. Read this. It'll explain things faster than I can.
Gilliam's Ballad. Gilliam, the king's knight, found the shining tree on the rocky mountain. The tree's fruit resembled gold coins, and this fruit is a miraculous blessing for many people who have recovered from different diseases and who have been able to escape the plague. The elated knight built a castle and called himself the Holy Knight. But remember, sojourners, miracles always have a price, no matter how captivated they may be.
Many substances can be poisonous. The precise dose is what separates medicine from poison. The gold coin fruit might just be a myth. But in the midst of an epidemic, it might be our salvation. Can you let me know if you find it? I'll give you this by way of payment.
Cube.
The people of ancient Krot knew how to bottle a wish upon a star. They claimed special powers after distilling the wish into a cube made from a meteorite. I don't know how it works, But it's said to react to someone who has ergo and grant them power. If you can help me with the gold coin tree, I'll give you more of this. Seems there's a new threat every day, friend. And no safe place in the world. No place to just take a breath. I'm headed to the St. Frangelico Cathedral. Perhaps find some peace there. If you find the gold coin tree, please find me there. The people of ancient Krot knew how to bottle a wish. They claimed... I don't... You
will rise up and look after the land of God. When the angel spread its wings and embraces the saint, and the cold is forgotten. You know, I do like that Liza P, even with the DLC, they added a couple of, you know, quality of life changes, very minor stuff. Kind of wish they let us at least have an option to just hit A when we're done reading, instead of giving us only 5 seconds to read. That'd be nice. Just a little minor annoyance. Nothing too bad. Anyway, check this out. So we now can understand what that puppet says here. But one of the few times that it doesn't have it just see anything scrambled, you can actually clearly hear what he says. That's a cool sight. Kaboom! Have sinned, repent with your tears. You have sinned, repent with your tears. Only those who have cleansed the souls may move forward. What the hell is that thing? Stained choir sheet music. The original score is unrecognizable because there is a sticky blue fluid over it. Someone wrote, "Angel, why did you abandon us? The cathedral scares me. I want to go home. Every night there is a monster crying in the basement. Even if I sing hymns, I can hear it in my ears. It'd be better if the Archbishop was with us, but he is busy praying. Angel, please hear our prayers. Help us go home, please." Also, just as a reminder, a lot of people thought this was just like an extra little area you can jump in, but that's just a hole to death. go, up we go, up we go. Yep. Fire burner. There we go. Woo! Holy moly. Pretty sure there's just a Trinity door here. Ow. Whoop, didn't mean to waste that. Ow. Yeah, there's just a Trinity door here. We gotta wait till the Mullen district before we can do anything with that, so. Worry about that later. The Archbishop is dead. Those who are still alive must flee from the dead. Push. Boom. Here to get this weapon. Blind man's double-sided spear. I'm just gonna go around again. boat. Ow! That height. Hello. Get back. Door. This whole underground area was covered in carcass goo. Now it's completely clean. Crafted cryptic vessel. Upwards. Quartz. Craft supply box.
I'm surprised to see who's, well, alive. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Cecile, and I serve the Archbishop. I'm the only one left. Everyone's dead. From the petrification disease, or from the monsters. I didn't die. But my heart breaks more each day. Can you do me a kindness? Bring me the holy mark from the Archbishop's quarters. The Archbishop was a true saint. He was my savior. If I write his words into my heart, maybe it'll give me the strength to carry on. I can't die. But perhaps this can help me live again. Please, bring me the holy mark as quickly as you can.
Okay.
I can't die.
There, rats, wicked. Now, before we do that, we got a couple things now. First, we go back up here real quick.
Gold coin trees are said to blossom when plague stalks the land. Perhaps they've already bloomed somewhere in Krat.
I just wanted to hear him say that. Now we go back to Hotel Crop. First things first.
Welcome to Hotel. This is a supply box, officially approved by the city of Krat. I shall open it and add it to the hotel shop. Many thanks, good sir. Welcome to...
Get ourselves another quartz. Get this shiny apple.
Isn't this a cryptic vessel? Well, I would expect nothing less from you. What I mean, of course, is that this is a humble invention of mine. A cipher device. Once your information is locked in here, only you can get it out. Of course, once people realize the value of a truly unbreakable way to keep secrets, knockoffs flood the market. The trials and travails of true genius, forever copied, never credited. But I admit, even some of these knockoffs could still hold secrets. You're welcome to take a crack at, well, cracking it. Who knows? It could lead you to something truly valuable. Or at least more practical. May I be of assistance? I can decipher this in moments, if you'd allow me. I admit I'm a bit rusty, but it's all starting to come back to me. Genius never sleeps and never truly abandons the truly brilliant. What? No, of course I didn't read the contents. Who has time to read anymore? But I could help you read it if you want to.
Craft decrypted vessel decryption. Orders: strike the puppet hanging from the Alchemist Bridge on Elysian Boulevard. Appendix: a message to Adelina. Dear Adelina, I've prepared a shelter for you. It's an apartment on Elysian Boulevard. You can stay there until everything settles down. I've arranged for someone to take you there. Once you get to the Alchemist Bridge on Elysian Boulevard, you're safe. The address and the key are hidden in the puppet hung from the Alchemist Bridge. Ask your escort man to strike the puppet. The shelter was supposed to be our first home, but I guess next time. To make up for what happened, I'm escorting the alchemists for a bit. We're going to St. Frangelico Cathedral and all the way to the Grand Exhibition. Maybe the mission is to bring petrification disease cures to the refugees. I'll be back as soon as it's done. Alright. Since I got 4 quartz, we can now improve our puppet even more. I was probably gonna go for these two. Let's go for this one. Okay. So where's the cat? Cat is. I can never remember the cat's locations at times. I just want to pet him. He's kitty. Oh, still don't like me. Alright, fair enough.
The city of Krat. Ask me. The cathedral is famous for its wise and kind archbishop. The thing is, and if the...
Okay, never mind. I don't know why I thought he says something in between when you're going there. He only says stuff before and after you've gone through an area. Okay. Let's do the cryptic mission real quick. Got it. Very rude. Yep. Letter with the refugee's address. Address: Elysian Boulevard 221B. Love, Adelina. A key is enclosed. Did I just deflect the bullet? It looked like I did. I'm going to believe I did. Use letter with the refugee's address as the key. Okay. Now, we go back to the cathedral. Why does the church have booby traps? That's what I want to know. This place is cursed. It is the abyss of hell. You cannot leave. The only thing waiting for you is despair. I mean, there's this ladder right here. I can just go up. They call it the arm of God. You arrogant ones, you have called the wrath of God upon yourselves. What? You're still alive. What the hell? This is why the cathedral was built and remembered. Pilgrims worship the merciful angel. Get you.
Damn it! I can't find the way out. Monsters everywhere. I need to grab my share and leave.
Now, before we talk to that guy, there's a couple of items that we need to read. Before you see, that's the boss weapon guy. So, I'm gonna go ahead and read the boss souls. We got here parade leader's Ergo. Ergo obtained from the parade master. It is packed with immense power. Treasure hunter may want this rare Ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the parade master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. Broken hero's Ergo. The watchman contorted and broke from the adult's desires. However, he never forgot the children who considered him their friend. King's flame Ergo. To Fuoco, the ordinary puppet, protecting the factory's fire was a sacred duty. As soon as he learned of the king of puppets, he bowed down to the new god.
Oh, that's odd. I thought I was the only one with a sound mind here. Sure I don't need to introduce myself? Note these golden wings? Yes, you guessed it. You don't know who I am. Preposterous! Everyone in Krat has heard of me. Do you live under a rock? I'm Alidoro the Hound. Treasure hunter extraordinaire. Yes, it's a nickname. I ditched my real name in the past. I'm looking for other survivors of this disaster, but it's been a lonely search, and there's danger around every corner. Do you know of a place where I can take refuge? Preferably someplace clean and comfortable, you know, civilized.
Vanini Works.
Vanini Works? I didn't give that place much thought. That's where the puppets are being made, after all. But I heard tell of a shelter there as well. With no first-hand knowledge, I suppose I have to trust you. I have a lot of searching ahead of me, so why don't I lighten my load? Consider this an act of charity. A thank you gift. Take it. The Ergo was whispering. Since you're so helpful, I'll give you a peek at my collection. Show me what you're worthy of.
Also, I don't know why I don't remember him having, like, the noose around his head like that.
As a descendant of aristocrats, the very best families, I have a duty to the common people. I live my life fulfilling that duty. And part of that duty is ensuring these items are returned to their rightful owners. What I'm showing you is just a portion of the collection. If you come to the refuge, we'll be able to continue our confabulation. Until then, remember this hound when golden wings shine.
But hounds don't have wings. Okay, so, like we did with the last game. Oh yeah, I forgot I have this. So, these are all the boss weapons built throughout. And the, what's it called? Amulet options we have. Thanks to it. So, we're not going to go through everyone right now, but we will go through them when we have each item in star. So, because I went through all of the medals except this one for quest purposes, and not this one, again, quest purposes, and not this one because I thought this looked cool, but yeah, literally. So if I don't have any of these in my bag, then we'll go for the other one. Okay, so anyway. 7-coiled spring sword. Precious 7-coiled spring sword that was stored in the workshop tower. Even Geppetto could not replicate this fine masterpiece. 7 numbers on 7 blades. The text that remained engraved on the Eastern relic inspired the workshop technician to make a masterpiece for this generation. Etiquette. A self-defense weapon adored by the leader of the bastards. Oh, actually, look at that. It can be disguised as an umbrella, but it bears its teeth in the moment of attack. Social dignity can be seen not only in the ballroom, but also on the battlefield. The leader of the bastards did not lose his poise on either stage. That's really funny, actually. Should have realized that, in hindsight, that the one time one of the stalkers uses a boss weapon, And there's a reason for it. That's funny. Holy Sword of the Ark. A special great sword that was lying asleep in the St. Frangelico Cathedral. It can transform between a special great sword and a glaive. The Art Saintess weapon was reproduced for puppet use and is made a grand appearance at Krot events. However, the legendary holiness could not be reproduced. Okay, yeah, so these are 3 weapons we can get with the ergo we have. So we get one of those. We're gonna get one of those. And we're gonna get one of those. Because next time, because that's all we have. Alright, also, again, just, I do not remember the Hound having. I guess he always did. It might have just been because of the lighting. God, ankles starting to feel weird. Might have sat on it weird. Ah, that actually scared me. Damn it. Bastard. Emergency protection. Archbishop's Diary, XXXX. Cecile is unwell again. Today, Brother Adam found her standing like one of the dead at the edge of a cliff and brought her back. If it's mild sleepwalking, it's fine, but I'm worried it's her old blood compulsiveness again. I know about her strong beliefs better than anyone else, so it's really too bad. God will be glad with the atoned. Perhaps I should ask her for atonement for visiting the Isle of Alchemists. XXXX. I have their relic in my hand thanks to Cecile. I won't let those bastards ruin Krot anymore. This will purify the city. Maybe it was a mistake to accept those guys from the beginning. This disaster was divine judgment. They should have been turned away all those 30 years ago. But this will be the end. Krat City is blessed by God, and I, Andreas, will come to its rescue. The journal is badly torn. Why? Me. Hello. Archbishop's Holy Mark. A holy mark obtained from the Archbishop's rune. It is the Archbishop's item that Cecile wanted to see in her last moments. The Archbishop was such a man of character that they called him the Saint of Krot. They say his moral influence even made murderers repent before God. That's pretty impressive. Workshop Union Strengthening Frame +1. This. Get rid of the acid. And the fatal catalyst. And with
thank you. Just seeing the Archbishop's holy mark renews my spirit. It's a reminder of the quiet power of faith. I'll remember this forever, Stalker. It's a reminder of the quiet...
Okay. And sing praise for the new saint has arrived. I, Saint Andreas, will consecrate this land. Alright. Such a misdirect. Did you just see this weird thing just go up? Drop the mask. This thing just falls out of nowhere. So gross. I don't think we're in Pinocchio anymore. Fallen Archbishop Andreas. How pointy his eyes are. Oh, puzzle long. There he is. Holy shit, that did a lot of damage. Ow. The frame skipped there once we beat him. What's that? What?
And now, the stage is set.
See? I wonder what the original Korean dub sounds like for that. Twisted Angels, there you go.
I want to go back to the old Krat. The old me. Before the grief overtook me.
And why I ask that is because the way how he throws his arm back there, he should be like cackling, but he just kind of stays flat during that whole sequence. And now the stage is set. He should be laughing like Jafar, like a madman. So I'm a little curious if the Korean dub has a different take. Cecile's written confession. Thank you for your kindness. I'm a sinner who murdered innocent people in the past. I couldn't suppress the monster in me. Only the Archbishop saved me. Of course, he was a human who makes mistakes. Even saints succumb to wealth and power. But at least I can live as myself, and that's a huge blessing. So yes, I believe that he was a saint. Now you open the second path. Thank you for letting me live as a human, not a monster. Farewell, Cecile. The implication that she's gonna go out killing again. Anyway, divine service. It's slowly turning redder and redder. It must be evidence of the rose-colored love. You will whisper again soon. For God, for your beloved. Divine service for any affair.
You? I didn't think we'd ever meet again. Can't say I'm happy to see you, though. Sorry, I let my frustration get the better of me. This place is crawling with hostile puppets. You must have known that, but you still sent me here. Honor and trust are everything to this hound. You've insulted me to the core. I'll never forgive you. But perhaps there's a shred of decency in you? So I'll ask again. Do you know of a safe place?
Do you know the Muffin Man? Yeah, Elysian Boulevard.
Nice try, but I've been there already and I know better. The puppets have already destroyed that place. Again, you spurn my trust. But even a brave soul like me cannot afford another enemy in times like these. I shall show you mercy. Perhaps it will inspire a nobler spirit in you. But beware, do not fool me ever again. You tricked me with your lie. You disappoint me. But I'm no stranger to beneficence, so I shall let it pass one more time. Know that even my forgiveness has its limits. Remember, the hound's fangs crave the traitor's neck.
Sure they do.
You tricked me with but remember, it seems the hotel is the only other option.
Okay. Now we go to Hotel Krog.
Cathedral. It seems nowhere is safe now. Maybe those who went there seeking refuge became monsters somehow. But the petrification disease turns you to stone, not into a monster. I'm worried about the Malum district, just below the cathedral. I wonder whether there are monsters there, too.
I don't remember her having
You're full of surprises. A puppet that keeps changing, keeps growing. I can feel a change in your ergo. Change is never easy. Look at me. A human trapped in the shackles of the past. I wish I was back in Krat before the petrification disease, before the disaster. Krat was a city of light. A city of joy. I wish I could go back, even just for one day.
Well, you know what? They probably give Sophia the butterflies now to give you a little heads up, like, oh, she has something different to say. Because there have been times where, like, I'll just go up to her and just, like, you know, spam X to get through her dialogue to level up. But then she says something completely different, so that's probably the reason why the butterflies are around her.
A victim of the petrification disease turned into a monster. That's just tragic. Could the disease lead to puppet frenzy? No, that doesn't make sense. Remember, puppets cannot get the disease. But puppets shouldn't frenzy either. I made them to obey and protect humans. Not go berserk and harm them. But the stalkers blame me. They think I worked with the alchemists to spread the disease to puppets. How sad. All this resentment, with a lie at the root of it. That's why my only wish is that you stay a good boy. No resentment. No lies. The city asked me. I had hoped for good news. But everyone's dead? How terrible. I remember the Archbishop fondly. To think he became such a monster. Even the puppet frenzy isn't as shocking as that. You think it's the water? Thinking about the city's pipes, they connect to the Malum district. Their water supply might be tainted too.
Still don't like me. Though, seems less hissy.
Oh, it's you. This hotel is indeed a refuge from the dangers of the outside world. I am the Hound, a descendant of the city's most aristocratic families. Repaying debts is what we nobles do. Betrayal creates a debt that is particularly hard to pay back. But I am a man with generosity and mercy in abundance. I shall give you the honor of viewing my treasure so that you may apologize. However, you must prove your worthiness. For this legendary treasure, the ergo of a powerful enemy shall suffice. To you, if you want to make the exchange. Take your time to admire it. I've certainly done likewise.
Okay. Before we go with that, Twisted Angel's Ergo. Gold caused even the devout saint to crumble little by little. Unable to acknowledge how corrupt he had become, he escaped into a delusion that he had been chosen by the angel.
A great weapon.
Okay, so get that one. So now we get this one. Trident of the Covenant. A ritual trident that was lying asleep in the relic of Trismegistus. It is presumed to have once belonged to a great warrior who served an ancient king. The warrior of the sea vowed to protect the people from the cursed relic. He kept his vow even when his skin was mashed until it was green. I wonder who that warrior could have been. Oh, also, I should probably read these as well. Dancing One's Amulet. An amulet that can be equipped on a puppet. Information and memories that are useful for movement can be imprinted on the symbol to draw out special powers. The best parade is never swayed by any obstruction. One must be prepared to make a great effort to put on a magnificent show. Enables dodging even with low stamina. Extreme Modifications Amulet. Increases weapon attacks in proportion to number of fable slots. The Scrapped Watchman was an experimental piece modified to the extreme to test how far Krat's engineering skills could go. The result was impressive, but ultimately came at a cost. Conquering Amulet. Upon a successful perfect guard, temporarily increases damage inflicted by weapon attack. The puppet heads to the place where fire, electricity, and acid flow. It must not be withstood, but overcome and passed. And then Nameless One's Amulet. This is the, okay. Nameless One's Amulet has a chance of none being consumed when using pulse cells. There was a time when even puppets were treated as heroes in Krat. This amulet is the vestige of a fireman puppet who was called a hero. What an odd connection there. Anyway. Cool. Knocking over suitcases.
You know that stalker? The Hound? Is it true you brought him here?
Me.
Wow. I didn't know he was still alive. Thank heavens. I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how I'd react. How do you thank the man who saved your life? I'm so glad that someone so kind has reached safety. And speaking of safety, please take care of yourself out there. You're not the only one who's curious. Most people get around to asking where I'm from. My looks give it away, don't they? Suffice it to say, I'm from the country of the morning, beyond the ocean.
Korea.
But I wouldn't be much of a tour guide. All I know about it is their weapons. My family was a house of weapons specialists. It's quite a reputation to live up to. They almost took charge of planning for the grand exhibition. But that's their reputation, not mine. And they deserted me when I was little. I don't even know who they are. And my reputation is my own. I suppose my only connection to them would be weapons. So I'm an orphan, and that hardly makes me exotic in Krat. Can I help you with anything else?
Okay. I still talk to Vidini.
I've been investigating the puppet frenzy, and it looks like I need your help. First, let me show you a little something I've been working on. I call it the Ergo Wavelength Decoder. The name lacks a certain flair, but I assure you it works. If my suspicions are correct, something in the puppet's very ergo is causing their aggression. My decoder can find malicious signals within the waves, but I cannot possibly get close enough to gather the ergo wave records myself. You, on the other hand, would you? Could you? I refuse to believe the King of Puppets is truly behind this puppet rampage. It's too simple, but also a bit too much even for him. No. I suspect the ergo itself is corrupted, or at least compromised. I do so desperately want to find the cause, as I'm sure you do too, my friend. It breaks my heart to see puppets turned into murderous tools of bloodshed.
Ergo Wavelength Decoder. An Ergo Wavelength Decoder left by Vanini. The device finishes errors in the Grand Covenant imprinted on the puppets. Vanini decided to analyze the puppet's Ergo Wavelength to determine the cause of the puppet frenzy. You should be able to collect quite a number of records while getting rid of the puppets all over Krat. Okay.
I always will.
Okay. And then... Closer. Have anything new to say?
People have no idea so many. Thanks for keeping.
At the House of Vanini, even... Welcome to...
Let us head on back. Off to the Mollum district. This way. Ergo. Head up.
Once, Krat was just a small town on the coast of little importance. Before Elysian Boulevard was built, this place literally was all there was of Krat. But when some in the city prospered, they left the old town behind. Through isolation and neglect, Krat's first incarnation became nothing but dangerous alleys and desperate slums. On the bright side, I guess, the whole city of Krat's pretty much like that now. The old town caught up with the new. It's true what they say. A receding tide sinks all boats.
Child who was blessing... Sorry. Child who was a blessing to their family lies here. May he rest in peace. Smiling bunny mask. A mark carved with a smiling bunny. It was left in the graveyard of the Mollum district tomb slums. The smiling bunny is the well-known sign of the stalkers. It is said to serve as a sort of pass in certain areas. Oh, also, for some reason, there was a bird that's supposed to fly off of this thing, but it didn't load in. Also, it should be telling me to come back here later. But we know what we have to come back here later for. But I don't remember which thing we need to do. I don't remember because I don't know. It's a little different from like... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Just instantly open the DLC? Alright, game, I'll respect that.
It feels like they're trying to guide us somewhere.
Mysterious Stargazer, Lesbia Overture. A stargazer from which a mysterious power emanates. Activate? No. We'll do that later. I did not expect that to open up. Like I was saying, in what's it called? Souls games, usually you need to reach a certain point, which I guess we did here, but more specifically, like in Shadow of the Erdtree's case, we needed to at least beat Radon and Moog in order to enter into the DLC. But I guess you can just go in as soon as you reach this point, which is interesting. But probably not gonna go in until a little deeper into the DLC. Or till a little bit deeper into the base game. Wanted, Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Wanted, Black Rabbit Brotherhood, a criminal group of 4 stalkers. Charged with theft, assault, tampering with bodies, and other serious crimes. Their base is the Malum district, so be extremely careful when entering it. You know, now that I know about the that we can just go into the DLC right away, that makes doing my New Game Plus attempt a bit easier, because I'm at the last place I was at was Vanini's workshop. So if I just go through the Grand Cathedral real quick, that'll be most easy. Anyway, there is even treasure to be found in a collapsing shack. Find out what happened to... There's even treasure to be found in a collapsing shack. Find out what happened to the greedy couple. I wonder what happened to the greedy couple. First, let me open the shortcut. Scribbles of a slum resident. Everything changed after the doctor spread the bloom medicine. I buried my brother. I don't even know if it was my brother. Who is the doctor? Whose blue hair is in his cane? Is it in his cane? I like the fact that they have one more fire. Being a place where I can be overheated. Ow. I don't. Just like doing that. That was an item I missed.
I test 1, 2, 1, 2. We have a schedule update for the intruder. It's time. Tonight!
Oh, God. What did you do to that poor thing? What kind of weapon is that? I want it. Sweepers Branch Office Newspaper Archives. Target info. Target name unknown. Affiliation Sweepers. Code name Cat. Joined a group as an apprentice stalker, but is inactive in the group. Has been reported multiple times for ignoring ranks and neglecting duty. Cop being in contact for the past year with the Fox, a bastard stalker. Under investigation for leaking inside secrets, but has not responded yet. Extra info, Fox. Target name, unknown. Affiliation, the Bastards. Codename Fox. As it is with the Bastards, she assumed to have been ousted from noble succession. The interesting thing is, she claims that a cat is a bastard of the family, so in other words, her lost sibling. If the information above is reliable, the cat is possibly a spy from the Bastards. It's an unofficial interrogation, so there are no restrictions to the methods available.
Now, here's a safety reminder for all the malcontents of the Marlin district. A nasty puppet has invaded our territory. Be careful.
It's you sound like. Slider always funny. Don't matter. Excuse me. Okay. Welcome to the territory of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Remember, anyone who fails to pay the protection fee on time is headed straight for the coffin. Gotta pay the troll toll.
I saw you go into the factory. But you're here. So, wait. You came out of the factory? That's a new one.
I thought you would have been burnt to a crisp. But look at you. All intact.
Brother, being too frank is rude. We should praise him for being stronger than he looks. Why not join forces? Play our cards right, and we could defeat the villains who rule this area.
They're the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. The baddies who torment the residents around here.
We heard their hideout is stuffed with treasure. And it's a good time to liberate this place as well. Pretty sweet deal, don't you think?
All you have to do is create a distraction. That's it. The rest we can handle.
So, you gonna do it?
Okay.
Smart choice. Look at our smart friend, Gato.
We're no slouches in the fisticuffs department in a pinch. You lead. We'll bring up the rear and watch for hidden threats.
I like it. Let's fight on.
What do you think? Not bad, eh? Our new dumbass.
So often I discover a ladder I never realized, only for it to be an item that not really missing out on anything. Okay, maybe we shouldn't mess with this dumbass, don't you think? Have a taste of L'El Beloui, the greatest wine in the world. The L'El Beloui winery has a long history. Vintage wine starting alongside the revival of Krat. Its rosy color known as the ruby of heaven. Its delicate, mature scent and taste. Its wonderful aftertaste. Even the legendary stalker enjoys La Beloui. Taste the best wine chosen by the one who stood at the pinnacle. Legendary stalker was like, eh?
Whoa, hold up. It's been a while since I worked like that. I got aches, you know? And I wouldn't want to cramp your style. I'll take a breather here, then catch up later.
Why did it sound like he got more muffled? Sit.
Here's a news bulletin. This just in. The intruder turned out to be Geppetto's puppet. This month's protection fee will be waived for anyone who hunts it down. What a deal! Now we're here. Run, you idiots!
Hello?
Another fine day in the city of Krot, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? I hope my return isn't too unexpected. It seems that our fates may be interconnected. Now, do pay attention. You won't want to miss when the king of all riddles says, "Riddle me this." I stand tall and proud when I'm young and bold, but I'm short and humble once I've gotten old. What am I?
Focus, sure. Who finished digesting? What a silly idea. It's Candle.
That's right. Did you cheat? Are you cheating? Better not be cheating. You're irritatingly good at this. Or am I? Oh, impossible. I am the king of riddles, and you are just, well, you. No offense. You're either very lucky, improbably bright, or more likely, you're cheating. But I would never level such an accusation in a culture where dueling is still an acceptable method of solving disputes. I'm the king of riddles, not the king of swordplay. You know, I wonder, perhaps it's your connection to Candle. Because the answer is, right? You get it, but you're not feeling violent. Even better. It's as good a time as any to grant you this boon. Now, take your new key and say, "Give me some room." I can tell you're enjoying these times that we spar. I take leave of you now, but don't go too far.
Only hissing static. The phone is disconnected. Open the door first. Ow.
Funny seeing them all flustered. Hey, the idiots actually.
Wild verticals on that one. Also, I'm still convinced that I should have gotten a hood or a mask fully covering my hair when it comes to the DLC. Those outfits. Red Lobster. Red Lobster Inn. Taste the essence of traditional dishes from Krot. Damn. Even less a second. shortcut. Monad Charity House Guide. Welcome to the Monad Charity House. The Monad Charity House is also known by its nickname, the Rose Estate. Originally, we were a charity organization for poor children, but today, with the Monad family sponsorship, we've become a boarding school with high-quality welfare and education curriculum. Children can get stalker, workshop technician, and alchemist education according to their aptitude and career path. To this day, about 200 graduates are from the Monad Charity House and are actively working in different fields in Krot. For more details and sponsorship, please contact the Charity House manager. You look like a donkey in this picture. Stop doodling on my pictures, Romeo. I don't know what that's about. Wonder who Romeo is.
I thought there were no more survivors. But you're new. I do love a bit of commerce, but the bosses are really strict about who I'm allowed to sell to. Are you with the Black Rabbit Brotherhood? I can't tell what's real and what's fake, to be honest. My job is selling stuff, not detecting forgeries. If it's fake, you'll be the one to get punished, not me.
Someday, the snowflakes shining white in the night sky comfort me as I wait for you alone in the dark, waiting for a departed lover. Someday, singing of yearning far enough to reach the stars. I, Romeo, will become the greatest stalker in all of Krot. Then I'll become stronger than Romeo and become the greatest stalker in the world. Why did you guys doodle on that painting? It's so rude. See if I could see where the radio was. Alright.
Looking good. Who'd have thought we'd make it this far? You've got all kinds of skills. Hey, everything went smooth as silk. And you know me, I don't impress easy.
Sure, but I gotta ask. You really gonna take on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood by yourself?
Sure. What's the big deal? Punch. Like, that's not hair, that's a full covered mask. Yeah, that's a full mask. Just like that. That's a straight up bucket. And yeah, that's a hood. So why, when I got the masks, my gross hair showed up? Eh, whatever. Liar. This is such a cool visual here.
Bring it on. You ain't seen nothing like my brother.
Just
This puppet's crazy!
that was funny.
Damn you. You'll pay for that.
Raining Ergo. Talk. How long that thing takes to do its work. Nice.
Oh, you defeated the Black Rabbits? I sure wasn't expecting that. No more bosses means no more worries. Of course I'll open the shop for the guy who freed the Malum district. Take all the time you need.
Oh, this guy just sells everything here. Let's go back. That was probably the fastest fight we've gotten so far. All puppets will die, also, and anyone who messes with the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Black Rabbit Brotherhood Ledger, XXXX. Sale of 10 Ergo complete. I like our old broker man because he always pays well. But when he's in a hurry, it's hard to secure the Ergo he needs. Sometimes I'm wondering if he devours it or something. What does he need Ergo for? Does he really eat it? No scribbling on the ledger, kid. XXXX. The alchemists are asking for more gold coin fruit. It's not easy to get, so this could be a problem. I think the hotel guys are slowly catching on what's going on. We can physically clash with them, but that's a last resort. Our siblings' safety comes first. Aw, how touching, bro. Shut up. XXXX. Acquired 5 Ergo. I'm real close to the end of this job selling corpses. Just a bit more and I'll have enough to escape this blasted city. That proposal from the alchemist is tempting, but I'm running short on Ergo, and I'm not sure about it. Think about an expedition to the barren swamp. Get me new parts if you go out of town. A dress for me, a gun and weapon for me. This is not your journal, dumbasses. It's so funny. And another quartz. What the? What is that?
Hey, check this out. Looks like you, sorta. From a certain angle. You know, if you squint. No, I'm just kidding. No, it looks exactly like you. I mean, you see it, right? With the nose and the... Right?
Portrait of a boy. Portrait of a boy. A portrait of an aristocratic boy. Its picture, a beautiful boy with a peevish expression but delicate face. Extremely vivid paintings are said to possess souls sometimes. D. Gray, the genius painter, denied all such conjectures. However, his death and the rumors about his paintings are still shrouded in a thick fog. D. Gray is obviously a reference to Dorian Gray, of the painting of Dorian Gray, the one story about the man who put his soul into a painting or whatever, or reversed it. So the painting ages, but he stays forever. This month's trend, stalker masks. This month's trend, stalker masks. Why did the stalkers start wearing animal masks? According to city historians, it was customary to wear animal masks in ancient Krat. It was one of the rituals to show off one's life when one fought the legendary rock titans. Believe it or not, but this legend is an inspiration to today's stalkers. It is not just for defense and fashion, but also for ranks that show off one's abilities. The link between rank and animal masks isn't clear, but mostly the powerful ones chose their preferred masks first. Perhaps there might even be newbies forced to wear silly masks chosen by their seniors. In these troubled times of the petrification disease, how about refreshing your mind with an energetic stalker mask? Choose a soul animal to your liking. Various fashionable stalkers masks await you. P.S. This item includes a spore filter to protect against the petrification disease, patented by the workshop. Hey bro, HQ is toast, so how about a black leopard mask? The workshop's toast too, so why would they make it? I wonder about that indeed. It's a mystery. Alright. I swear they've added more ambient noises. I do not recall there ever being like that many snarls of carcasses. And the rats too. They probably added a bunch of little things here and there. We just never noticed. Because they did say they're doing quality of life stuff before the DLC dropped. Which they did, and they have it in the base game. But it wouldn't surprise me if they also included some audio cues here and there. What time is it? It's about to be midnight. Probably wrap up in a bit.
You have no idea how happy I am to see you, Mr. Stalker. Hello. It's a relief to see you. I'll get straight to the point. I found the gold coin tree. Who knew it was right beside us? But there's a problem. When I tried to pick the gold coin fruit, it resisted me. I couldn't even get close. It actually burned me. It's probably because I have the petrification disease. Pathetic, yeah. So close, yet so far. If you pick some gold coin fruit for me, I'll give you a reward. I heard the alchemists made a device capable of fully utilizing gold coin fruit. I ignored it, assuming it was just a legend. You hear all sorts of wild tales about alchemists. Now that I know gold coin fruit actually exists, though, perhaps it's all true. Interact with the Saintess statue at the Grand Exhibition. You might be able to use the other powers of the gold coin fruit. I might look urbane now, but I used to be a farmer. I'm also interested in growing trees. I heard about a vendor who sells plant alchemy boosters. They might work on this tree, too. If you come across such boosters, bring them to the tree.
Oh my god, what a reveal. Even if I already knew what was happening.
Wow. I never expected to see the gold coin tree in a place like this.
Speaking of. Okay.
You're back. The Malum district was as grim as we feared, was it not? But with the Black Rabbit Brotherhood out of the picture, we can focus elsewhere. And why not strike at the root of the problem? The King of Puppets' lair is on Rosa Isabel Street. Perhaps the puppet frenzy will come to an end if we can take down their king. Go to Antonia and get the key to Rosa Isabel Street. I already let her know you'll be coming by. I always remember these favors you've done for me, though it pains me to send someone so precious into such peril. This portrait... I remember it fondly. I thought it was lost forever. I had no idea the Black Rabbit Brotherhood had stolen it. To think that you have brought it back to me. Forgive a foolish old man his memories. Memories of a happier time, my son. I know just where to hang it in the hotel.
Yay. I use this right now. Okay.
The city asked me. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I remember them well. Even within the Stalkers, they were rebels. The four of them were loyal only to each other. Thanks to you, the people of the Malum district have a chance to rebuild. That is, if anyone is still left in one piece.
Let me just look at who I gotta talk to. Antonia and Luchinella.
At the House of Vanini, even price. Oh dear. This is the mark of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, a notorious band of stalkers. The stalkers as a unified force ceased to be after their defeat at the Battle of the Workshop Tower. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood took over the Marlem district after that. I believe you could use this mark to move safely whilst on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's turf, to use their unsophisticated vernacular, and give you entree to the black market as well. But be careful, sir. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood is quite infamous for how they treat interlopers. If they catch you, they'll put you in the liar's coffin. Yes, I believe it is as unpleasant as it sounds. Ah, and I see we have new physical records to catalogue for the collection. Such effort deserves commensurate reward, don't you think? At the House of...
I always welcome.
I always welcome. Try this.
I know my way around.
I'll use my power to...
Welcome to...
A great weapon calls for...
A great weapon calls for...
Hurry up. I heard from Geppetto. Rosa Isabel Street is ever so dangerous, I'm told. I hoped we wouldn't have to unlock the passage there. But if we want to stop this disaster once and for all, I fear we've no choice. Geppetto and I care about you very much, you know. Stay safe. For both of us. I feel like my time is slowly coming to an end. However, it's a nice feeling to know that someone waits for you. That someone cares. Please take care out there. If you came from the Marlem district, you probably saw the gold coin tree. I knew the tree was at the hotel, of course. I'm not the only one. The alchemists showed great interest in its fruit. I heard it's optimized to respond to ergo. But that's not the important part. The Krat disaster caused the alchemists to fight amongst themselves. Many people died or went missing. That's the real tragedy of the Rose Estate. I stopped cooperating with the alchemists. Protecting the hotel was too important. I sealed away the gold coin tree, so no one would fight over it. I had no idea the Black Rabbit Brotherhood was stealing from it. The hotel is Krat's last place of refuge. I am obligated to protect it. I'm going to protect you and the people inside until the day I die. If you were in my position, you'd do the same, I'm sure. People have no thanks for keeping.
Alright. Before we end, let me just go to the Trinity door in the cathedral. Ignoring that. And then we'll call it a stream. So, I just want to also remind that we will be continuing on weekends, due for the sake of wanting to keep up with my analytics and trying to get the watch time up. I'm like this close getting to the first part of partnership, so I want to try to at least have as many hours as possible, and taking 2 days off, sadly, can reduce them really quick. Not like crazy quick, mind you, but because last year, around this time, I was already playing Shadow of the Year Tree, so I was probably streaming on the weekends also during all that, so we want to be able to even out any potential missing days from or to keep up without any missing days from last year to this year as well. So we shall continue during the weekends as well. I'm just decked out with guns with this. All the way around. Holy shit. That was a lot of damage. Use the Trinity. Test of the day. Even a noble cleric will curse God if it plucks out his fingernails. Trust and truth are one. Trust and truth are one. The end of the path of stars will lead to great eternal life. Cat's amulet, full moonstone, and the Atone's armor. Okay. So. tomorrow we go to Rosa Isabel Street. Probably head to the Grand Exhibition. I think what my plan is for the DLC is we get at least to the Barren Swamp. I think we'd be able to beat the Barren Swamp monster. And then everyone will still be at the hotel by then, so I'm curious to see what consequences happen when we go through the DLC. At that point. Let me just see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. No, yeah, okay, it's just the reminder for the DLC. Okay. So yeah. Tomorrow we go to Rosa Isabel Street and face off against the King of Puppets. So with all that said, that's going to be a stream. Thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.